Welcome back. We've journeyed through the realms of the innocent potential of the child and the disruptive paradox of the trickster. Now, we turn our attention to perhaps the most universally recognized and compelling figure in Carl Jung's pantheon of archetypes, the hero. This isn't just a character in epic tales. The hero archetype is a powerful, intrinsic pattern within each of us, shaping our journey towards self-realization and influencing the pivotal choices we make in life. Understanding the hero archetype, the quest for wholeness. In Jungian psychology, the hero archetype represents the universal human quest for self-discovery, mastery, and the overcoming of obstacles. It embodies courage, determination, sacrifice, and the journey toward personal and collective transformation. The hero's journey, famously elaborated by Joseph Campbell, is a fundamental mythic pattern found in virtually every culture, reflecting our innate psychological drive toward growth and integration. Core characteristics and symbolism. The hero archetype is primarily a symbol of courage and determination. At its core, the hero embodies the will to face adversity, persevere through hardship, and confront fears. This isn't an absence of fear, but the willingness to act in spite of it. Transformation and growth. The hero's journey is fundamentally about change. Through trials and tribulations, the hero undergoes a profound inner and outer transformation, evolving from an ordinary state to an extraordinary one. This symbolizes the ego's development and maturation, sacrifice and selflessness. Often, the hero must make sacrifices, sometimes even of their own life or desires, for a greater good, whether it's for a community, an ideal, or the pursuit of truth. This highlights the archetype's connection to transcending egoic needs for a broader purpose. The struggle against oppression, evil. Heroes typically confront powerful antagonists, representing internal psychological complexes like an unintegrated shadow or external societal evils. This struggle is essential for establishing order, justice, or balance. The redeemer or liberator. The hero frequently brings salvation, freedom, or new knowledge to their people or themselves. They often rescue what is lost or trapped, symbolizing the liberation of repressed psychological content. The ego's journey. In an individual's psyche, the hero represents the conscious ego as it embarks on the challenging path of individuation. The ego hero strives for consciousness, distinguishing itself from the unconscious and facing internal dragons, complexes, and external challenges. The battle with the dragon monster. A recurring motif is the hero's encounter with a formidable beast or monster. Psychologically, this dragon often symbolizes a powerful, unconscious complex, a repressed trauma, or the destructive aspects of the shadow that must be confronted and integrated. The threshold guardian. The hero often faces a threshold guardian at the entrance to the unknown. These figures test the hero's resolve and symbolize the resistance of the unconscious to conscious assimilation, or the internal fears that prevent us from moving forward. The hero's influence on life choices. The hero archetype exerts a profound influence on our life choices, particularly when its energies are unrecognized, unintegrated, or misdirected. It can drive us to achieve greatness or push us into impossible battles. When the archetype is unrecognized or unintegrated, imagine feeling stuck, unable to take initiative, or constantly seeking external validation for your worth. Avoidance of challenges and stagnation. If the heroic impulse is suppressed or unknown, an individual might consistently shy away from necessary challenges, conflict, or opportunities for growth. This leads to a life of stagnation, unfulfilled potential, and a pervasive sense of passivity. Choices are made to maintain comfort, not to evolve. Feelings of powerlessness and victimhood. Without embracing their inner hero, individuals can feel like victims of circumstances, external forces, or other people. They may feel unable to make a difference in their own lives, leading to choices that reinforce this sense of helplessness. Excessive dependence. Lacking the heroic drive for self-reliance and independence, a person might become overly dependent on others to make decisions, solve problems, or provide validation, struggling to forge their own path. Lack of purpose or meaning. The hero's journey provides structure and meaning. Without it, life choices can feel aimless, leading to a sense of existential drift or a search for external sources of meaning that are never quite satisfying. The shadow hero, arrogance and overcompensation. Conversely, an unintegrated or inflated hero archetype can manifest as an overbearing, arrogant, or reckless individual. They might take on too much, refuse help, or make choices driven by a desperate need for external recognition, glory, or a refusal to acknowledge their own limitations. This can lead to burnout, isolation, or destructive hubris. Misguided battles. The hero might constantly seek dragons to slay in the external world, e.g., perpetual activism, crusading against minor injustices, while neglecting the more crucial internal battles with their own complexes or shadow aspects. When the archetype is consciously engaged or integrated, when we acknowledge and work with the hero's energy, it becomes a powerful guiding force, empowering us to face challenges, develop resilience, and create a meaningful life. Courageous action and initiative. A healthy relationship with the hero archetype enables us to take initiative, face difficult decisions, and act courageously in the face of fear, leading to proactive and growth-oriented choices. Personal growth and transformation. It drives us to embrace personal development, learn from failures, and continuously evolve. Choices are seen as opportunities for learning and self-mastery. Resilience and perseverance. The hero provides the inner strength to endure setbacks, overcome obstacles, and persist in the pursuit of long-term goals, even when the path is difficult. Establishing healthy boundaries. It empowers us to stand up for ourselves, define our values, and set clear boundaries, protecting our integrity and well-being. Contribution and purpose. The hero often serves a greater purpose. Integrating this archetype connects us to a sense of contribution to something larger than ourselves, guiding choices toward meaningful work or community engagement. Integration of the shadow. The hero's ultimate battle is often with their own internal dragon, the unacknowledged shadow. Successfully confronting this leads to greater wholeness and psychological freedom. Working with and integrating the hero archetype for freedom. Integrating the hero archetype is not about becoming a superhuman or a mythical warrior. It's about consciously embracing the courage, resolve, and transformative drive within us to embark on our own unique journey of individuation. It's about becoming the hero of your own story. Here's how we might work with the hero archetype to foster greater freedom in our lives. Recognize the call to adventure. Listen to inner restlessness. Pay attention to feelings of dissatisfaction, a yearning for something more, or a persistent sense that you are meant for something greater. This is often the hero's call. Identify your dragons. What are the recurring fears, limiting beliefs, or self-sabotaging patterns that hold you back? These are your internal monsters to confront. Notice external challenges. How do you typically react when faced with a significant problem, a difficult decision, or a conflict? Do you engage or retreat? Dream work. The hero archetype often appears in dreams as someone undertaking a difficult journey, fighting a beast, rescuing someone, or achieving a great feat. Analyzing these can illuminate your own heroic potential or the challenges you're facing. Embrace the journey and its trials. Take initiative. Consciously choose to take action. Even small steps towards a goal or a challenge you've been avoiding. Start by acknowledging the call. Face your fears. Identify specific fears that are preventing you from moving forward. Gradually and safely expose yourself to these fears, learning that you can overcome them. This is the hero's initial step into the unknown. Learn from setbacks. View failures or difficulties not as defeats, but as necessary trials on your heroic journey. What lessons can be learned? How can you adapt and try again? Seek mentors, consciously and unconsciously, just as heroes have mentors, e.g., Obi-Wan Kenobi, Gandalf. Look for wise guides in your own life, real people, books, or even archetypal figures who offer inspiration and guidance. Confront the shadow and integrate weakness. Acknowledge your flaws. The truly integrated hero recognizes their own weaknesses, imperfections, and shadow aspects. This isn't about self-criticism, but honest self-assessment. Accept help. The hero's journey often involves allies. Learn to ask for and accept support when needed, rather than trying to carry all burdens alone. This counters the inflated hero's tendency towards isolated struggle. Understand your villain. Psychologically, the external villain often mirrors an unacknowledged part of the hero's own shadow. What qualities do you intensely dislike or project onto others? These might be aspects of yourself waiting to be integrated. Embrace sacrifice and responsibility. Prioritize meaning over comfort. Make choices that align with your deepest values and purpose, even if they require personal sacrifice or stepping outside your comfort zone. Take ownership. Accept responsibility for your actions, your choices, and your life direction. This is a hallmark of the mature hero. Serve a higher purpose. Connect your personal quest to something larger than yourself, your community, a cause, or the development of your own unique potential for the benefit of others. The hero's journey is unique for each individual. It's not about becoming a mythological figure, but about realizing your own inherent capacity for courage, resilience, and transformation. By consciously engaging with the hero archetype, you move beyond being a passive participant in your life. You become the active protagonist, capable of navigating challenges, integrating your inner world, and ultimately shaping a life of profound meaning and freedom.